So if you've seen the last video I did on the ambulance engine, when I put it together, I found out that it had a crack in the block. So I got another motor for free. So this will go on from there. The thing is, I tried to videotape most of this, and for some reason I've lost a fair chunk of it in the middle. So I'll piece it together at the best I can, and where I've missed it, I'll just add photos. Wouldn't believe it was 21 yesterday, 28 the day beforehand, high of 10 today, and pissing down. It's always dry in here though. So I think the plan is, I've got a new gasket set, I've got two motors, so I think the plan is I'm going to pull this one apart because I've only got one spare engine stand, so I'm going to pull that one apart completely, all the way down, put all the parts to one side, and then we'll take that one, put that on the engine stand, pull that one apart until we've got just a bare block, and then I'll thoroughly check that block, and then I'll just pick and choose parts out of all of them and build an engine up. I've never fully stripped an LD28 before. I'm not 100% sure I know how they work, but I've got two motors here to figure it out. So we'll just go from there. But if that block's all good, we should be able to build one good motor out of those two. And most of that's clean, so I'm kind of thinking that block, that head, although I'll strip it, I'm going to go through the head as well, I'll strip it, I'll do, you know, all the valve seats and lap them in, make sure everything's all good, change the valve stem seals while I'm at it. But I'm thinking that complete head and most of that, and then see how we go. It's just a shame that that block is cracked. Well, it's the cracked block completely stripped. Everything's out of it. Most of the new and clean parts, crank, head, pistons, everything else. I'll check the bearings and stuff once I've pulled the other one apart, but for now I'll get that one off the engine stand and get that behemoth on there, and then I'll start stripping that one apart. Okay, so this is the second motor. I mean, it doesn't look any worse than what the other one looked like when I first pulled it out of the car, but this one's sat in the shed for a while. But realistically, all I need is a good block, and I think I should be able to build the rest from there. Yeah, she's a beast, alright, eh? Well, this one's definitely had a harder life. Look at that. Well, it's a bit caked and shit, man. But hey, all it has to do is have a good block. But when you look at the state of the head that came off mine, much nicer. I definitely think mine's been apart before, but this one here is just caked in old oil, man. Fucking hell. But like I say, as long as that block's good, we're good to go again. This chain is definitely stretched. When you look at how far that tensioner is almost all the way out. I think I'll be using all the stuff from the other motor. Well, it's stripped. Man, diesels are dirty fucking motors, eh? Just black shit everywhere. Like those aren't black tools. That's supposed to be orange. That pole there is red. Everything is just caked in black shit. It's fucking disgusting. But it's all apart. I definitely think I will be using the bits from the other motor. Like the crank and rods and pistons from this motor. I'll give that block a good clean tomorrow, thoroughly check it for cracks, and then go from there. But look at the fucking mess, man. Disgusting. So all the nice clean stuff, I've just found out are oversized pistons, and I'm not getting that block rebored, so I'm going to have to use all of this nasty shit and get it all cleaned up. It's fucking disgusting. This is some of the stuff I lost. I did strip and clean all of those shitty old fucking dirty pistons. I pulled the gudgeon pins out, I stripped them right down, I cleaned them all out. I bought a new set of rings. I actually used the crank from the first motor because that had been recently reground, so I bought new bearings for that. The rods and pistons out of the shitty old dirty motor, I bought new bearings for that as well, and new rings. And then, like I say, cleaned it all up, put it all together, and then rebuilt the long block. And then they will be in a picture somewhere around here. Engine timing and injection pump timing on these motors was a bit of a hassle. I have actually made a video purely just on that, so I'm not going to add it to this one, but at the end of this video there will be a link to it if you are interested in how to time the motor and how to time the injection pump. It's like a 14-minute video in itself, so I'm not adding it to this one. Cheers. And finally, this is where I'm up to. I'm still waiting. I've got to order a couple of hoses for, the hose that goes from here to here. I need the thermostat. The one they sent me is wrong, but I have drilled out and tapped these for. This one is a switch to turn the fan on and off, and this one here is for the temp gauge. This one here is for the exhaust temperature gauge. This one here is for the oil pressure gauge. So that's all in there, that's new. The oil for the turbo feed is in. The pump's all done. All of the injection lines are all on. This side is pretty much done. New hoses, new clamps. Like I said, this side is pretty much done. And then it's just a matter of putting some oil in it. Alternator, I've kind of finalised where the turbo is going to be, and the manifold has been made. So that's just the little J-pipe adapter, but it does go from, it's a divided pulse factory manifold on there anyway. So, I just divided pulsed, made a little adapter that is also divided pulse, because so is the Evo turbo.
Wait at the station, briefcase blues, bad relations, sun beats down on my neck, heat exhaustion, I'm a wreck.
I just haven't finalised orientation of it yet. I'm not sure which way I want to go. I'm going to kind of wait until it's kind of in the vehicle and I know where the intercooler is going to go. But yeah, I mean, that's been a big job for me, waiting on parts, but also never touched one before. But hopefully it lasts. If it doesn't last and it blows up, it's getting ripped out, and I'll just put a Ford barrow in it. Cheers. Like I said before, if you're interested in the timing of the motor and the injection pump time, it'll be somewhere around here. There'll be a little thingy you can click on, and it'll take you to that video. Pretty boring shit, really, but easier than trying to read a fucking book and understand it. Thank you.